Oh, so a few words this morning about the kinds of meditation practice that we do for all of us. Sometimes we get into a routine and just do the same, roughly the same kind of practice every morning. And the Buddha always recommended, being discerning about what we might need at a particular time. And there was a whole range of practices, yeah? A whole range of meditation practices. I know I was taught in the old days that mostly just to take a few breaths, just settle just a little bit, and then open awareness. Just open up and see what is going on. I guess it's called open monitoring now, or open awareness. It used to be called choiceless awareness in the old days. The question for me these days, more for us, is really to check in and see what is the most useful. And these days, we have found that dropping down and opening up into open awareness practice may not be the most useful right away. We always feel, and it's helped our practice a lot, to take a little bit more time to settle, to create a kind of a foundation. We've been focusing on this with you, where there's a little bit more softness, a little bit more ease, a little bit more spaciousness, a platform. The Buddha used to call it a raft, part of the raft that we're building. Yeah, and it's not so easy for us in general. It's not so easy for us. We're kind of restless creatures in a high stimulus society. But these days, it may even take more time and need more attention to settling, to calming, to bringing in the calming factors of meditation, which are calm, concentration, which we appreciate the word tranquility as a better word than concentration, because concentration can bring that, connote a kind of a striving or a kind of intensity, or kind of, all right, how do I keep one thing into focus, as opposed to tranquility, which captures more of the settled kind of energy. Yeah? And in the old days, those practices, even the compassion practices, a lot of us used to think, well, those are nice, but they're a little bit mushy, they're a little soft, they're not the real practice. And the real practice is just to open up and be overly heroic, kind of be with whatever's coming up. The issue is, these days, if we open up too quickly, what may come to visit is a bit on the overwhelming side. Could be anxiety, could be fear, could be the headlines, could be, futuristic forecasting that isn't so pleasant. And we can go for a ride there. We've talked to a lot of people who are having more time settling. They're more easily hijacked. We're more easily hijacked these days into one or the other afflictive kinds of emotions or challenging mind states. So we just will wonder with you, which we wonder with ourselves as we're practicing these days, whether this may be a time, this may be a place for not the softer, mushier practices, but the practices that are involved with settledness, with self-care, with releasing some of the energies that aren't so useful, they're more likely to build up in our psyches these days. It's more a time to detox a little, to release from some of those, to settle, to give ourselves permission to settle, which we don't think of it at all as avoidant of something. But no, this is the time to ground and settle and soothe. Susan will say the organism. Yeah. So we'll encourage you to do that these days in different ways. And and this morning. But first, yes, please.
It's like when you go to the beach And right now, you know, there'd be a big warning sign that says surf's up or dangerous surf. And the intention for that sign is for us to not go out because we'll be pulled out to sea in the undertow. And so wisdom says, let's stay close to shore. Let's keep it really simple, stay local, keep it close to shore, and keep cultivating and developing a foundation, right? Developing some sense of groundedness while the sands underneath our feet are shifting. I mean, this is a high art, and as Bill's saying, because our baseline is such that we're pretty restless already, it behooves us to perhaps give a bit more attention, especially right now, to staying local, to keeping it really simple, to calming and settling and soothing. Staying on the ground, breathe, calm, settle, soothe. Yeah.
So that's what we do. That's what we're doing more of these days. And we'll meditate together now.